wherever you're watching WI TV, it's another edition of News Review. I am Odunayo Adelere. And with me in the studio this morning, I have...
I'm Rochimi Olila. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are watching us.
Thank you so much for joining me in the studio today, sir. You know how we did on the show. We bring to you news that made it to the top. We're going to a short commercial break. When we come back, we continue from where we stop. And our sponsor still remains Nokpa Herbals and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. Nokpa Herbal Mixture deals with different kind of products. They have Nokpa Herbal Cool, Herbal Tonic, Herbal Bitters, Herbal Mixture, Herbal Energy Powder, and Herbal Flusher. And King Victor Nigeria Enterprises deals with any kind of foodstuffs you need at home. Just you can locate them at number 2 Awolowo Makun Shagam back in Ogun State. And for Nokpa products, you can call 0701010859 or you send in a DM. Distance for them is not a barrier. Punch newspaper this morning, I have Dangote petrol supply. Federal government may slash 6 trillion naira fuel import. CBN withdraws circular on cyber security levy. Oyo Monarch decries 5-year unpaid salary. Senate holds public hearing on judges' salary today. On Vanguard newspaper, we have manufacturers wail as unsold goods pile up in warehouse. Iran's president, foreign minister, 7 others killed in helicopter crash. 2 killed in airborne communal clashes. On Daily Post newspaper, we have 1 year in office, 9 governors yet to fight their godfathers. Makurdi, residents blame Yahoo boys as house rent, transport fare triple. Akwa Ibom records 3,291 tuberculosis cases in 4 months. These are the news that made it to the top. Today, let's go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. Don't go nowhere, stay tuned, we'll be right back.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. The family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Herbal Mixture, the family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
With Nokpa for management of power.
You're welcome back from that short commercial break. That is our sponsor, Nokpa Herbals. Like, without wasting much of our time, the first one I have here is CBN withdraws circular on cybersecurity levy.
Well,
let me go into the body of
I don't know what to say about this issue, but let me give my clapping offering to them.
Okay.
For withdrawing that, because I believe the yearning of the people must be the yearning of the government. In the country where the country is so confusing, different kind of policy bringing out this time around is not acceptable to the Nigerians.
Yeah.
Because if you could remember, the mistake the president did was to, the first mistake he made was to announce the first subsidy that is gone.
Is it a mistake?
It was a mistake. The reason why I said it, you asked me why.
Okay.
He has even given his first speech before announcing it.
Okay.
Then too, no minister has been appointed by him. No executive member has been appointed that he can bring them, no cabinet that they can bring them to the table, and
so they will sit together.
They will sit together and see how they are going to push, even if they are going to announce the first subsidy removal, they will see how they are going to cushion the effect that will have a great impact in the whole country.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has retracted its directive asking banks and payment service providers to collect and remit the cybersecurity levy as outlined in the Cybercrime Prevention and Prohibition Amendment Act of 2024. The Apex Bank announced this in a revised circular dated May 17, 2024. The circular, signed by the Director of Payment System Management, Chibuzo Efobi, and the Director of Financial Policy and Regulation Department, Aruna Mustafa, was addressed to commercial banks, payment service providers, PSPS, non-interest banks, and others. The circular obtained by Punch Online on Sunday was titled Cybercrimes, Prohibition, Prevention, etc. Amendment Act 2024, Implementation Guidance on the Collection and Remittance of the National Cybersecurity Levy. My own is just that the concern I have about this cybersecurity is that if they start removing the fee that they are talking about, this levy they are talking about, is there any assurance that we won't even have an these people asking for this money the way they collect it? Or is it that they will not be able to collect?
Have you seen any assurance that was being given by the Nigerian government that they stood beside it? Do you know how much they normally deduct, even if even if
ATM card.
ATM number one ATM card, when you transfer money, even when you receive money into your account, do you know how much the banks are deducting? Now, cyber security levy now.
Kidnappers from collecting
well, do you know how long they have been doing this? So how many of these that have been preventing in the past? When Fashola came on board, he said for them for Nigerians to have a stable electricity, that they need to increase the tariff. The tariff was increased during the Fashola's tenure as the Minister of Power for good 8 years. At the end of the day, nothing like having the electricity.
I love the fact that you like using.
Why wouldn't I let the old Nigerians exactly? Yes, because of what he said when they were campaigning, when the APC government were campaigning. Then Fashola said categorically, I was there at the I was there when he said it, that a government that cannot provide electricity for its people within a period of 6 months is not what being in power.
But
are they using that one to cajole the old Nigerians so the Nigerians can follow them?
It reads the Central Bank of Nigeria circular dated May 6, 2024, reference number PSMD/DIR/PUB/LAB/017/004 on the above subject refers. Further to this, please be advised that the above reference circular is hereby withdrawn. The directive for the collection of the levy was met with nationwide backlash, which prompted the presidency to suspend the implementation. The Federal Executive Council suspended the implementation of the provision of the law, citing the need to conduct further reviews. So before they can actually bring it into implementation, before we can start saying they want to be collecting cybercrime levy, they need to sit down. I think this is what they should have done before coming out.
Before coming out, okay, now listen.
That's what you're trying to say, concerning when he came on board
without even appointing anybody, you just come up with an idea that will show the whole Nigeria. It has never been done in the history of Nigeria before. Somebody will just come in and announce something without even calling somebody together, and let's see what we are going to do that will drive the economy of the country forward. You just came in, announced, and the whole country was in disarray. Till date now, we are still struggling to balance up.
You know how funny it is? We Nigerians as citizens, let's put the government aside, we're always waiting for something to push us.
Before we pushed.
You know, immediately he said, full subsidy has been removed. I don't think it has even been documented.
Be documented before. That is Nigerian for you. Let me tell you this.
We take every opportunity to we use every opportunity to
let me tell you this. If you don't key into that opportunity before you get to know, you'll be left out. The reason why I said that was that when you look at this filling station, this set of people that are selling fuel.
Okay.
For instance, now they bought a fuel of 3,000 liters, which is one truck.
Okay.
At the rate of, okay, let me say 800 million naira.
Okay.
Now, when the first subsidy is gone, for them to be able to go back after finishing those products, they have to above 800, another 800 million naira. So if they don't key into it by increasing their price, what will happen? They'll be left out. Most of the people that are into fuel business, they are no longer into the business.
They can't be in the business.
Most of the businesses are shutting down in Nigeria, apart from people selling fuel.
Yeah.
Most of the businesses are shutting down. Why?
Businesses are folding up because every day.
And you said you want to. We are going to have a renew hope in Nigeria. A renew hope.
3 years.
What we still have 3 years. Okay, now by May 29, now this present government is going to clock 1 year. Now, okay, what are the achievements? Okay, we are expecting the speech of the president.
Somebody said something last week. I think it was one of the ministers. He said before May 29. 2024.
Something good will still happen. Something that refused to happen within the couple of 11 months will now happen within the couple of 3 months. The hidden agenda that they have been doing that nobody knows about it.
Let's look and see what.
Okay, let's wait and see what the pregnant. Let me tell you this. Before we wait and see what the pregnant.
You would have seen the pregnancy.
Yes, you would have seen the pregnancy. The pregnancy would have been there. Then you will know. Okay, between the period of so month, I believe this person should be able to deliver safely. You understand what I'm saying?
But you can actually do better. Coming out this today,
I want to know, and I want to hear the kind of speech that the president is going to prepare for his 1 year speech, or that this is what they have been able to achieve. I believe.
Because during democracy, we just celebrate one holiday. I think it's October last year. It came in. No, it was June 12th.
June 12th. When he came out.
He came out to read the speech.
I happened to ask somebody that
should I say, a key fan of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. But immediately the person had the speech he read out during that June 12th. The person
was so disappointed with that speech.
I saw the disappointment in that person's
face.
Myself,
the person that was so excited when President Tinubu came about.
I told him, I said, you shouldn't be disappointed.
Do you know one of the frustrated speech he uttered out then was that he knew the sufferness and the suffering that Nigeria are going through, that I wish I had something to do, but for now he has nothing to do. That his hands are tight. And you know the set of people that you govern, even those that voted you, that did not voted you, you are the president of Nigeria. Yes, when Buhari came in, he said he's the president of everybody and he's the president of nobody. He's the president of Nigeria. That should be able to drive the people along, carry his people along with his government.
Which is well. This one says Senate holds public hearing on judges' salary today. They want to sit down to hear their new salary.
You know, I saw the news. Yes, I saw the news where they were being called into a meeting that the meeting is going to hold today. That you know, federal government. I don't know even what to do. Federal government shifted grant. Somebody was demanding for 615,000 naira.
You were shifting grant.
Yes, we were shifting grant to 100,000 naira. You are not even talking of 200,000.
I'm surprised.
You are not even talking of 200,000 or to slash it into two and talk of 300,000.
At first, it was 68,000 naira. I guess when
it was 48,000 naira.
48,000 naira when Ajeru and the likes dashed out of the meeting. Why would you give us that kind of amount? They now later rounded it up to 100,000 naira, which NLC are trying to tell you that it is not.
They are not going to shift grant. You see, if
they actually shifted.
They shifted to 100,000 naira.
No, I meant NLC. NLC shifted. They removed the 15,000 naira. If we are going to even collect anything from you,
it shouldn't be less than 600,000. Now let's go back. That's 600,000 naira per month now. Though the analysis has been made.
Yeah.
How much is a bag of rice? If the so-called administrative that is ruling the affairs of this country are not so wicked and heartless, I believe they should be able to do something about it. They are the ones there, sitting down there, they collect their salary on a daily basis.
They are saying
they are taken away home. Let them come out.
They are saying they cannot pay the 600,000.
Let them come out and tell the whole Nigerians that they are not comfortable in their comfort zone.
What I'm even saying now is, now you say you are not ready to pay the 600,000. No problem, nobody's dragging it with you. But to make it lesser on the part of the citizen,
try to subsidize. Open the border and let food come in. At least when the food comes in. Subsidy. When the food comes in, when rice comes in, so if the rice is cheaper, at least with what you are having, you should be able to manage what you are going to. What you are having.
The borders are closed. Then there are increase in fuel subsidy, even electricity tariff. You add everything, so there is no how they will not.
So everybody should go into farming. Those that are in Lagos, those set of people that are in Lagos working in Alausa.
Let's even leave those that are in
Lagos. How many lands do we still have in Lagos? How many lands do we have in Lagos?
I'm sorry, let's leave those that are in Lagos. He said everybody should go into farming. Fine, we want to go into farming, but is our lives secured?
Secured, though.
We are thinking about banditries everywhere, kidnapping, taking people for ritualism and all that. You've not even provided
enough security.
Yeah, then everybody to go back into farming. Those that are in farming, they left because their lives are not being secured anymore. The body of the news says the Senate is set to commence a public hearing on the upward review of judges' salaries, allowances, and fringe benefits for judicial officers nationwide. Not even salaries alone. They have their allowances, their fringe benefits. While NLC is asking for salary, minimum wage.
When this government came on board, the first thing they could do was to set aside 720 million naira.
I know you would. When it comes to
I think 160. I'm sorry, 160 million naira to provide a sonji for each senator that they are going to use for 4 years. For 4 years, no, for 8, let me say 8 years.
Okay.
Probably if they are elected in the second time. Now calculate 160 million
times
divided by 600,000 naira. Wow. That this set of people are demanding. How many 600,000 naira are you going to fund in 160 million? It will pay salary of how many years for a single person?
One thing I just want you to know that is in Nigeria, they cannot. It's not that we cannot. They will not. They can actually be, because we know the amount one senator is actually earning. If we join the salary, the allowances, if we join everything together, we know how much it's sum up to. So coming to NLC, I just wish they would actually hear what your cry is, because Nigeria, my country, I'm even surprised that they brought from 48 to 100,000.
48 to 100,000.
So NSC trying to tell you that if you can bring it to 100,000, definitely we are still going. So come May 31st, we are not going to relent at all. Yeah, guys, let's go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
In the heart of Nigeria's bustling markets, where the sights, sounds, and smells overwhelm the senses. But in the midst of chaos, there shines a beacon of hope. King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, where convenience meets tranquility and shopping becomes a pleasure. Join countless others who have discovered the joy of shopping at King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. At King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, we understand the importance of providing our customers with the highest quality products at affordable prices.
Here at King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, customer satisfaction is our top priority. We're always here to help you find exactly what you need.
Whether you're stocking up for the week ahead or grabbing a last-minute item for tonight's dinner, King Victor Nigeria Enterprises has everything you need to keep your home running smoothly.
Prizes, customer
/S/CJHL/024 10SEN/2024/01. You see, when it comes to all these laws and all that, section, code, and most of these, their law and code, they use it in turning our head. You know, once they start stating all this section and all that,
you see all those laws
does not know what they are saying.
Easier said
than done.
That's what I want you to know. So this lash doesn't freak me. What freaks me was that we want somebody who is going to back his words with immediate action.
Yes.
You're not somebody that will just come out and begin to talk
every day.
At the end of the day, nothing happens. We almost gotten up to a year now when this
administration started
when they came on power. What the yearning of the people then when President Muhammadu Buhari was there was that the killing of Fulani husband was too much.
Yeah.
Then the hike in food price. Rice was 7,500 now before before this APC came in. When Buhari was there, it was still 22,000 now. Why people were still
lamenting?
Then no salary was increased. Then, and this set of people are sitting down there eating billions of naira. You could now see that this set of people are so wicked and so heartless. They don't have any good thing. This Iranian president that died, Ibrahim, that died in a helicopter crash. Before they announced his death, do you know how the whole country gathered themselves praying?
Sir, let's not go to the outside country. When former president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, Yar'Adua, when he passed away, do you know how Nigerians were? And
Nigerians were crying, grieving that this man would have been the best president so far in the surface of the country.
If we bring out the list, the president that have actually reigned in Nigeria, and to talk about the administration, they still tell you that President
Musa Yar'Adua was one of the best presidents.
One of the best. But I wouldn't say, they said this was addressed to the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemisan. The letter dated May 14, 2024 informed the AGF to be prepared to make a presentation to the Senate and the general public. The letter, which was signed by the Chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, Senator Muhammad Munguno, read, the Senate, at its plenary sitting, considered the judiciary officers' salaries and allowances, etc., Bill 2024, and referred same to the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters for the legislative action. The committee, in furtherance of its mandate, held a series of meetings and for further consultations to resolve to conduct a public hearing with a view of electing comments, viewpoints on the bill from stakeholders and members of the general public. In this regard, I hereby forward to you on behalf of the committee a copy of the bill for your comments and suggestions, if any, ahead of the public hearing. I just see these people are just trying to use their power on us. There is nothing you can tell. Why? Okay, now tell me. Give me one good reason why they want to increase the salary of these judges.
Let me tell you this. One of the reasons I believe they are going to increase the judges' salaries, at least to use them to be able to manipulate election, because they are in charge. Once somebody lost an election now, let me say once somebody won now, the other party will take that person, his opponent, to court that he was the one that won the election. When they got to court, the judges might have been bought by the so-called administration. Why is it that people were still suggesting that state policing should not come up? Because they knew that those state policing will still be manipulated by the sitting governor.
Do you know the saying that in this my guy that says somebody actually you did something to somebody, and the person tells you, let's go to court.
Let's go to court because they're not that's going to meet in court.
Nigeria, my country, I hear it as well. This the last one says 1 year in office, 9 governors yet to fight their godfathers.
Well,
They are saying this because
the reason why they are not fighting their godfather was that they are still settling their godfather. If there was no longer settlement, we all saw what happened in River State.
Fubara
and Wike. When my brother Wike came out to tell the whole country,
I bought a ticket.
I bought their ticket, but he said most of them he paid for their phone.
Where did
they don't have money to pay for it. Where did he get the money from? Two, he said what they agreed was 10%. I think 10% of the state income should be forwarded to his account.
Not even the salary.
Who does that? And the whole world were just watching Nigeria and looking at us. See these baboons people.
Now Fubara is even coming out to say, now I have been quiet for a very long time.
That is ready to stand
now
on
I can no longer hold it.
So if the 9 governors are not fighting their godfather, automatically the agreement between them are still going.
It's still
going there. That is why they are not fighting.
Everybody says in less than 10 days, 20 governors will be celebrating their 1 year in office. Some of them emerged as governors through the endorsement of their predecessors, who paved the way for them among several others interested politicians. In Nigeria, fights between godfather and godsons are very popular. Some of the most notorious recently would be Rabiu Kwakwanso and Umar Ganduje, Peter Obi and Willie Obiano, Udom Emmanuel and Godswill Akpabio, Adams Oshiomhole and Godwin Obaseki, Raoul Faregbeshola and Boyega Oyitola, and others. On the other hand, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is perhaps the most successful godfather in this return to democracy. Between 2007 and now, he has installed 3 governors in Lagos State, but still controls the political structure. Was he able to control somebody?
No.
I think that was why the man was unable to go for second term.
No, that was the reason why Ambody was not given the ticket, or that was not given the chance of
going for the
second time.
Fast forward to this period, the fight between Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State and his predecessor, ex-Governor Nyesom Wike, has dominated reporting. In Kaduna, there is an ongoing fight between former Governor Nasir El-Rufai and Governor Obasani. Also in Benue State, Governor Aliyah and ex-Governor George Akume are in the supremacy battle for the control of the structure of the party.
One thing I know is this. In the history of Lagos State, the history Ambode made in the history of Lagos State cannot be right off.
It cannot.
It cannot be right off. One of the best governors so far.
In Lagos State.
Best governor so far. I still repeat, best governor so far. Akinwumi Ambode.
It's part of those that...
I give kudos to you.
It's part of those that... Let's do it. If it's going to scatter, let it scatter. But I know that I'm here for
you people. Yes, he's man of the people.
Achieve that
he was the one that actually practiced what we call democracy.
However, there are some states where it has all been quiet between the incumbents and their successors. Even though there may be fights, it has not gotten to the pages of newspaper. The first state is Enugu State. Former Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu State and a member of the famous G5 group endorsed Peter Mba ahead of the primaries in 2020, and despite the push by the Labour Party during the election, the PDP was able to retain the state. So in Enugu State, there is no fight between the successor and the predecessor. In Kebbi State as well, between the former Governor Atiku Bagudu and Nasir Idris, there is no fight between them for now in Kogi State. In Kano State as well, between Rabiu Kwakwanso in Jigawa State as well, the Minister of Defense and former Governor of Jigawa State, Abubakar Badaru, and his successor, Umar Namaji, and another classical case of quiet relations. It's not as if these people don't have issues. They settle it amidst them. Yes, they don't make it
the day this country is going to move forward is the day we remove the hand of godfatherism.
And do you think it can actually be removed?
It can't be removed except it takes the intervention of the youth.
Delta State as well, they too, they've been having it, but nobody's hearing about it. So states that Sokoto, Delta, all the states, they've been having their issues. It's not that they don't have problems, they don't have things that they settle, but they settle it on a low key. They don't bring themselves to the face. The one that they did among this girl, this their successor and predecessor, that they did that everybody can actually see. This one of River State, Similar, Fubara, and they made it too glaring.
Not up to 4 months. The issue started escalating.
A small child can actually know that
because of the 10%
wrong.
that you people agreed on. They don't have the money. You could come out or say they don't have the money to buy farm.
Alright, we've come to the end of the show today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, on X accounts, on Instagram, on TikTok at Wisdom Yard Online TV. I remain myself, Ojuayo Adilere. Thank you for joining me in the studio.
Thanks for having me.
To all our viewers out there, we'll say a very big thank you to you and our sponsors, King Victor Nigeria Enterprises and Nokpa, about mixture about Kwabata. We'll say a very big thank you to you. Thank you for always staying through. So we'll come again on your screen. Be happy and be good. Bye for now.